Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Sean Liu, and I'm from China. Just as you know, China has the world's largest population and mobile internet users. And HTML5 is hot in China. I would like to share my opinions about HTML5 market in China today, what I see and what we do. By the way, I'm new here. I didn't learn the rule of giving a speech. What I'm going to give is just the clear picture of China's HTML5 market. Also, I want to make my speech full of humor, but I'm not a native English speaker. So I just try making you understand what I'm talking about today. Thank you. Here is the agenda of my share. Mainly, there are 4 parts. First, I will introduce myself, my team, and our business, APICloud. Secondly, the trend of HTML5 market in China, what is happening now, and what will happen in the future. And then, hybrid app tech in China, because that is what APICloud is all about. And I was one of the earliest evangelists of hybrid app tech in China years ago. I wrote a lot of related articles to share my opinions in well-known tech medias in China. At last but not least, I'm going to tell you how our team innovated in China. Okay, about us. I dropped out from university in 2003 when I was 21, then started my first business. Since then, I witnessed the growing of China's mobile internet for a decade. APICloud's founding team has about 5 years experience in mobile application development platform area. My partner, co-founder, Braozo, a very nice person and very cool hairstyle. You can see it from that, right? He is experienced in web tech research and development area. Once he was the architect of Access, a famous mobile web browser running on feature phones. Also, we have a beauty, our COO. APICloud is invested by National Light Venture Capital, a leading China-focused venture capital firm targeting early growth stage opportunities, who has also invested in Arrowhead, Hailstones, and TrueCone Technologies, the creator and maintainer of Cocos 2DX, widely adopted across-platform game engine. APICloud is a one-stop development platform, and we want to build the biggest local mobile development ecosystem in China over the next few years. Yeah, just as what do you think now? You can see APICloud is the China's accelerator, a Xamarin, or PhoneGap, similar to but quite different. In the following parts, I will tell you how APICloud is different. What does APICloud do? What does APICloud do? We focus on 3 markets. First is traditional enterprise mobility market. This is a huge market. And in China, most of the enterprises have widely recognized that hybrid app tech is a good choice for fast mobile innovation. So APICloud offers services in this area. Second, internet startups. Because China is pursuing internet plus strategy, China's premier raised the internet plus concept in his 2015 government work report. According to this report, I'm not talking about policy, I'm talking about business, but internet plus strategy is very important because a lot of opportunities. So internet plus entails integration of mobile internet, cloud computing, big data, and internet of things with modern manufacturing, forcing new industrial and business development, including e-commerce, industrial internet, and internet finance. The aim of the plan is to promote innovation-driven development and upgrade China from being a big industrial country to a powerful industrial country. That's interesting. So lots of new startups every day in China. Nearly all of these startups need mobile apps, not only the internet companies, even companies in the traditional or industries are trying to operate a business with mobile apps. The third is IoT. China have rich experience in the hardware. A lot of developers in this area, but weak is on the software. All these three markets have common demands. What are they? The first is app development, or also client-side development. The second is server-side development. And the third is third-party services integration. Nowadays, with our efforts to build an application, we cannot work without any third-party services, such as payment, such as storage, act. And now I will talk about HTML5 in China. I have to emphasize at the beginning, we are here aiming to help potential users around the world who are seeking opportunities to conduct mobile businesses in China. If you were in the US, you may have a lot of choices. But if you conducted a business in China, we are your best. Now, HTML5 in China, just like what I mentioned at the beginning, it is hot. But this is hot temperature of HTML5 in China. This picture showing Beijing's HTML5 developers attending a conference this year. So crowded, you must be deeply impressed that this shows you how hot it is and the developer's passion. And today in China, HTML5 developers focus a lot on two fields. The first is game. Game players have the habit of paying, so it's a good place. The other is advertising. There is an important application I have to quote here. It is WeChat, a very popular instant messenger app which has more than 500 million users in China. WeChat has a function called Moments. With this, users can share videos, photos, and words. Also, HTML pages are favorable because they are more easily discovered and shared via WeChat moment function. So that is the focus of HTML5 developers in China, gaming and advertising. But things are not that easy. This is a chart showing the trend of attention for HTML5 in China from 2011 to 2013. Today, the fate of HTML5 is still not set. A major problem is lacking independent distribution channel. Mobile browsers are no longer cost strategy products for China internet giants such as Baidu and Tencent. Take one of our partners as an example, Centersoft. It is going to be an IPO. This company helped Firefox to build the first officially released mobile phone based on Firefox OS. But then what happened? Nothing. So luckily, this is the latest trending chart. This is the latest trending chart, rising again. Since the beginning of 2014. In our opinion, our biggest problem is the HTML5 developers ourselves. First, we have to distinguish ourselves as HTML5 developers from the HTML5 end users. HTML5 developers versus HTML5 developers. In my opinion, the HTML5 and web app supporters, so-called user-oriented is just an excuse to break away from the control of iOS and Android ecosystem and return to the free track mode in the web age. At least in the current cloud era, native app means better user experience and more mature user habits. We don't want to put the business logic and ambition about HTML5 technology and user needs. Quote Mark Zuckerberg, our biggest mistake was betting too much on HTML5. I think the lesson learned here is that we cannot put the business logic, our ambition about the user needs and the overall market. I never doubted that as a standard, HTML5 will play a more important role as time passes, let's not talk about business, just the HTML5 and web app technologies themselves. What should we do? I will talk about this from the perspective of hybrid apps. Yeah, hybrid app technologies in China. Our team started to promote the hybrid app concept 4 years ago in China. At that time, there was a big debate on the life and the death of web apps and native apps. Take that chance, we tried to let the public know more about hybrid apps, the concept. Now, mobile developers in China have been familiar with the hybrid app technologies. More importantly, many of the internet startups and large enterprises, including airline, bank, insurance companies, as well as big internet companies, are using hybrid app technologies to build apps. WebWrapper is known as a representative of hybrid app technology. To build a hybrid app based on this kind of technology is easy. However, the performance and function cannot compare with native apps, as we know, right? So let's see how related products from the US, such as PhoneGap, Xamarin, are doing in China. This is the chart. This chart shows the public attention growth in China. The blue one is APICloud, green one is PhoneGap, and the orange one is Xamarin. APICloud launched the service in September last year, and then has been growing fast, and now among the three, APICloud is the leading position. Why? PhoneGap, well known in China since 2011. 4 years have passed. But no stunning app has been released by China's local developers. At the factory of the world, China has a huge number of local smartphone manufacturers. Therefore, the fragmentation of mobile devices in China is much more serious than in the US market. Besides the well-known brands such as Samsung, Apple, China has over 100 Android device manufacturers and many others that customize Android ROMs. All these have made app development more complicated in China, especially hybrid app technologies. Another reason why international technology service providers have not been so successful in China is that local ecosystem, local community, and local support. And next, in the last section, I would like to talk about our innovation in China based on HTML5 technologies. We are not advertising here because so few audience. We just want to tell how we innovated. And firstly, here is data to show APICloud's fast growth in China. Since launched in September last year, APICloud has 200,000 registered developers in our community in the last 12 months. And in China, the amount of native developers is 1 million. And now we are 200,000. APICloud offers APIs to mobile developers from both cloud and client sides. APICloud's cloud API and client API are able to simplify the development of mobile apps and reduce the development cycle from 1 month to 7 days. With the cloud-based development environment, all developers have to do is to focus on building amazing apps, and APICloud handles the rest. Fast is a core value of APICloud, and our developers leverage APICloud services to innovate in a more efficient way. How can APICloud help more efficient? With our three products, contains 3 parts. The first is our cross-platform app engine, and the second is our cloud platform, the PaaS platform, and the third is our module store. We have marketplaces, and module store is our first open. This is a screen picture of APICloud developers control panel. With the navigation on the left, you can clearly see the services we offer. We have talked about the current situation of hybrid app technologies in China. So what have we done? Just the modification of open source PhoneGap? No. We created our own cross-platform app engine. Let's take a look at the following chart. It will help you understand more about APICloud. We wrapped what we should be wrapped, and we interpret what we have to be interpreted, such as animated page transition with JavaScript to to simulate the native functions of animated page transition. But in our APICloud App Engine, we just convert the native animated page transition function to a module, so that the developers can just use JavaScript, a very simple JavaScript, to call the native animated page transition function. Our cross-platform App Engine modularizes device functions and services. Using web technologies, developers can develop apps that run on both iOS and Android devices, including smartphones, pads, and TV Act, with just one set of code. Although APICloud, our solution covers both the cloud side and the client side, it emphasizes more on client-side technologies, combining the advantage of both web wrapper and web language interpretation. APICloud leverages HTML5 to accelerate the app layout generation process and enable native app experience by invoking device functionalities when necessary. APICloud Mobile, the mobile backend as a service platform, or say PaaS services, contain data storage services which can automatically generate RESTful API, push versioning, analytics, and so on. I would like to introduce our online bug fixing function more. This function allows developers to upgrade their apps without the hassle of getting approved by App Store. How did we do that? Okay, firstly, developers can upgrade their apps without any repacking. They just need to upload a zip file containing such as HTML5, JavaScript, CSS3, and then the end users, when they started their apps, the apps will automatically downloading the zip file and unzip it to the sandbox, so that next time when they started the application, very new version. And during this process, developers and the end users need to do very little things. It is an easy way to upgrade and to do A/B testing. This is our module store. There have been many B2 business to developer services in the cloud era, which requires more functions in apps. Currently, on the market, there are many developer services which are needed during development of apps. But to integrate all these functions in one app on two platforms, iOS and Android, means a huge workload. Besides, problems such as incompatibility is very likely to occur. Through integration third-party services, APICloud has solved these problems. What we can say about APICloud's integration process and the use of third-party services is that one standard, one stop, one-click integration. This allowed developers to rapidly integrate third-party services in their apps. Currently, dozens of third-party services are available for developers in China on our platform. Most of them are packaged by the provider itself. You can see that most of the major mobile cloud service providers have converted their native SDKs to APICloud modules. This is one-stop. Here's the category of our one-stop module store. In each circle, we have several cloud service partners, such as push services for providers. Advertising, more than 5 partners. Any developers here can be satisfied by the rich services in the category. Case study, Chinese Twitch, 战旗 TV. The core value of APICloud offers to the market is not easy, not low cost. It is the value of your time. A lot of apps are released to public within 1 month, including development and testing on both iOS and Android, covering e-commerce, IoT, video, enterprise apps, and so on. GenGTV is using APICloud to develop clients on all mobile devices, including smartphones, pads, and even smart TVs. Before APICloud, they tried the, other cross-platform development and native apps too, but they felt that the development process was rarely time-consuming and the performance was not satisfying. According to them, they spent half a month, 2 weeks, researching different platforms, and they choose us. APICloud can provide values as long as the need for apps, no matter what industry. We can significantly improve efficiency, low cost, and reduce time to market. This workflow shows what to do as a developer in our platform. It covers a lot. First, you can learn from our website and community. And second, you can online do the app building, cloud building, packaging, and testing. But what APICloud want to do is not to build a platform. We want to build a Chinese local mobile app ecosystem. Well, with this ecosystem, we do everything. And what we are doing now is gathering. In the base part, we gather services and modules. The services are provided by our partners mainly, but a lot of developers put their native modules to our module store. So we are gathering module and services. And in the middle part, we are gathering people, gathering developers. And in the middle part, we would like to gather app demands so that it is a full circle from the entrance to find some person to build apps for you and using our based modules and services. Next exit, I would like to talk IoT today. A lot of speakers here talk about IoT, and me too. In the last part, I want to share share our very joyful experience in IoT area. We found that many of IoT developers are active in our community. Also, today we have different partnerships in this area. They are take Gizwits, Gizwits as an example. This company offers IoT developers with cloud storage and instant cloud connections. This GoKit is an experimental hardware. IoT developers can fastly try a lot of ideas and easy used of their cloud services. They build cloud services for the IoT, and we build apps for the IoT developers. The industry chain, this one. You know, today there are a lot of different providers in this chain, such as Wi-Fi chips, the Broadcom, Qualcomm, and so on. A lot of cloud service providers in the red circle, but nobody in the orange circle. Here we are, APICloud. We help IoT developers to build apps fast and efficiently. Here are some cases on our platform. A lot of different companies choose us, such as appliance manufacturers, internet companies, also some providers in the industry chain. Okay, here is what I shared today. Thank you very much, and I would like to make a very simple demo in the later here. This is our sorry. This is our control panel. With this, firstly, you can create an app online, such as San Francisco. Where's my mouse? Sorry, I can't. Okay, here. No. You can choose the option. You can wrap a web app here, and you can create a native app here. And firstly, this part, client-side development, you can make settings such as the icon, the status bar, and also you can upload your splash screen pictures here. And secondly, you can upload your certificate, iOS and Android. And thirdly, code management. We offer public SVN services to the developers. And this part module, you can choose your module. The module store I mentioned, one click here. If you want to choose the Bluetooth function, just add it. It's done. And you just write some logic code with JavaScript and HTML5. It's done. And this is our online packaging services through this function. You can choose which platform you want to package. At the same time, iOS and Android. If I only want to choose Android, I can choose the type, the test version or the release version, and then one click. Packaging. Yeah. And a few minutes later, you will get your package here. And here, you will see all the record of your packaging. You can scan, and you can download, and you can test. It's very convenient. And the cloud development settings, you can enable it first and choose cloud storage suppliers. At first, they are Chinese. Take this as an example. Okay, it's done. And the second is API metrics. You can see the usage of users and the database design. With this, you can design your database online and then test it online. And the last part is our cloud services versioning. You can manage your versioning here and fixing. Just upload a zip file with HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript. And this one is push and analytics, blah, blah, blah. Okay. At the end, I want to emphasize, if you want to run business in China, you need me. Okay, thank you. I'm Sean. Thank you.